morning, everybody. Please stay standing for the singing of our national anthem by vocalist Rose O'Brien.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And before I start this official ceremony, I'm going to ask if you would silence your phones. I know you're going to take pictures, but if you could silence your phones, we'd appreciate it. So good morning, I'm Yosei Marie Griffiths, the president of the great Dakota State University, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to our 2025 spring commencement ceremony. This includes those people who are participating online. We have a group of people across the street in the Playhouse as well. But before we begin, I'd like to introduce some key individuals participating in the ceremony today. On the platform to my right, we have Dr. Stacy Berry, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Mary Bell, Dean of the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Dr. Doreen Bennett, Dean of the College of Business and Information Systems, Dr. David DeYoung, Dean of the College of Education and Human Performance, Dr. Phoenicia Homan, Dean of the Governor's Cyber Academy, and Dr. Mark Hawkes, Dean of Graduate Studies. And to my left, we have Dr. Rebecca Hoy, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, Secretary Kristi Noem, today's honoree and commencement speaker, Regent Miles Beacom, representing the South Dakota Board of Regents, Mr. Braxton Laka, representing DSU alumni, and our interpreter today, and actually at all our commencements, is Julie Pallock from the South Dakota Department of Human Services. In the front row, we have Ms. Laura Cross, DSU's registrar, and Ms. Abby Chowning, Graduate Studies Enrollment Counselor. We have a number of special guests in the audience today. Brian Noem, former First Gentleman of South Dakota, Casey Crabtree, District 8 Senator and Majority Whip in the South Dakota Legislature, Dr. Madhu Gautamukala, DSU alumnus and Commissioner of the State Bureau of Information and Telecommunications, and soon to be Deputy Director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, Dr. Joseph Graves, South Dakota Secretary of Education. I think those are the special guests that we have here today. Now, to your graduates, first of all, I'd like to congratulate every single one of you that's graduating today. We're gathered here to celebrate your success in achieving this admirable milestone in your life and career, a Dakota State University degree. You've probably heard the Isaac Newton quote, "If I see further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Well, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants in this field house today. The giants who had the vision to establish this institution that is now named Dakota State University, as well as those who've sustained the university over the years. The giants of our families and friends who've made choices and provided loving support day by day throughout our lives, and then the giants of this Madison community, the state of South Dakota, and the United States of America. So graduates, please stand, turn around, and join me in thanking your families and friends for their contributions to your success. Thank you. addition to degrees for our graduates, today we are presenting an honorary degree to an individual who has made a significant impact on Dakota State and Dakota State students, as well as the state of South Dakota. Over the past several years, we've recognized a number of individuals who were instrumental in changing the trajectory of this institution in 1984. We went from an institution that was rapidly losing enrollment to the one designated as the state's public university to focus on all things computing. And by the way, there were protests for that decision too. Today, we will honor one in that group of individuals, each with a remarkable career in their own right. These came together in 2021 to create an unprecedented public-private partnership to propel Dakota State University to be a nationally recognized powerhouse in computer science, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and technology across the sphere of the curricula that we have here at Dakota State. The multi-party partnership has enabled DSU to increase its capacity to attract and graduate more students. And those of you, many of you here today, have benefited from that increased capacity because many of you came in 2021 and you're graduating today. As well as building a cyber research facility in Sioux Falls. Of the 3 individuals who made this happen, only one is available to be with us today. So it's my sincere pleasure to introduce our 2025 honorary doctoral degree recipient and today's commencement speaker, Department of Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem. So, many of you may know her, but let me tell you a little bit about her career. Secretary Noem has had an outstanding political career in this state and now in national government. This in addition to being a rancher, farmer, small business owner, wife, mother, and grandmother. Secretary Noem began her political career in the state legislature, serving as the District 6 representative. She was South Dakota's lone congressional representative from 2011 through 2019, where she served as liaison to the House Republican leadership, making her the second female member of the House GOP leadership. In 2019, she was elected and served as the first female governor of the state. She was re-elected in 2022 with the largest vote total in the history of South Dakota, serving until 2025, when she was confirmed and sworn in as the 8th U.S. Secretary of Department of Homeland Security and the first ever U.S. Cabinet Secretary from South Dakota. During her time as governor, she was an unwavering champion for Dakota State's programs and initiatives. Then Governor Noem was always ready to listen to our proposals, asked insightful questions to learn more about our plans, and was eager to move forward to support those initiatives. She would engage in discussions with partners around the state or with stakeholders across the nation to formulate a comprehensive roadmap to move us forward. And she was able to see that cybersecurity had the potential to be the next big industry in South Dakota and could bring an economic boon to the state through its workforce development potential. With her support, we were able to develop, amplify, and implement our vision for cybersecurity and emerging technologies education, research, and workforce development in a $100 million cyber research initiative, including $30 million from the state legislature for DSU's expansion. Secretary Noem was also a champion in our efforts to establish a Center of Quantum Information Science and Technology in partnership with South Dakota School of Mines. In addition to major funding initiatives, she would still make time for in-person meetings and campus visits, even taking time to meet with middle school girls attending our Gen Cyber Camp. Because of her distinguished and groundbreaking career in public service and her many efforts to support the citizens of South Dakota and the nation, Secretary Noem is an ideal candidate for both an honorary degree and commencement speaker. Madam Secretary, I present you this diploma and honorary degree. just so that you're aware, it's a doctorate of public service. It's a special doctorate that we give to special people. So now I ask Dean Hawkes and Provost Hoy to please step forward to present Secretary Noem's regalia. Congratulations, Dr. Noem. Please come to the podium to share your commencement message with our graduating students.
Well, good morning. It's such an honor to be with all of you and with all of your students. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us every day. And we're also thrilled to be here and celebrate with you and your families and friends and talk about all that you accomplish in your days ahead. Last night, we were sitting back at our ranch, Brian and Booker and I. Booker is our son, and my husband Brian is here as well. We had just completed having my granddaughter's first birthday party, and we had a lot of people at the place. We were riding cars and four-wheelers and petting horses and eating cake and celebrating her, and we had just got done cleaning up at about 9:30 at night and sat down and started talking about coming here today and the speech that I would give to all of you. And Booker, who's 22 years old, he said, well, Mom, what are you going to say? Because he said, I hate it when people give speeches and it sounds like somebody else wrote them for you. And I said, yes, I know, me too. He said, so don't give a speech like that. Just give one on what you really feel all of these students might want to hear. And I said, well, Booker, what do you think that is? And he said, why don't you tell them the things that you wish you had known at their age, or things that you wish you would have known when you finished your college degree? Well, that gets a little complicated for me because I didn't finish my college degree until I'd been out of high school for probably 15 to 16 years. It took me a long time. I was a non-traditional student. We had a tragedy in our family when I was going to college, and I came back home to farm and ranch with my family. So going back to school many years later, I didn't complete it until I was already a mom of 3 and working full time. But I did think there was probably 5 things that I wanted to leave you all with a thought of today, of things that I do wish I would have known when I was younger. First of all, the first thing I would want you to know is that you are unique and that you are special. The world needs what you have to offer and is desperate for it today. You know, this school is a special little place in the United States of America. Things happen here that can't happen anywhere else. You are one of only 10 universities in the entire country that have certifications in cyber research and cyber ops, cyber defense, and you're certified from the National Security Administration and the Department of Homeland Security. There's very few places in the country that have that certification in place. You are even the first school in the country to create a PhD program in cyber operations. You've partnered with U.S. Army Cyber Command, and you're giving students a classified level experience. Now, as someone who, when I was sworn in as governor, was told the most threatening thing against our state was the fact that all of our computer programs were on old systems, that we were extremely vulnerable to hacking attempts and our systems could all go down. We had thousands and thousands of people's personal information on our systems, and it was on a 50-year-old server that was not secure and wasn't protecting information. I also didn't have a SCIF in which to go and get a classified briefing. And Dakota State University is fulfilling both of those needs, not just for you and for your students and the background and education it's giving you, but it's fulfilling that need for South Dakota and for the United States of America. You are training the very best of the best here. You also have been inspirational in the teacher apprenticeship program, the way that you've wrapped your arms around teaching our children in the next generation. In fact, I think we have several of those apprentices here today that are graduating, and I want to thank Dr. Graves for his leadership in implementing that program. Anybody can get a college degree in South Dakota that wants to continue on to inspire others in the next generation. Your degrees in business and health and economics and what you offer to folks here at this university is very special. There's very few universities in the country that do it that well. And you're the only university in the United States of America to send 4 different students to represent Team USA at the World Cyber Games. So everything you do is outstanding. Everything you do is incredible. And what you have to offer the world as an individual will be incredibly impactful and special and be utilized far into the future. The second thing that I want to tell you that ties into that first, you are unique and the world needs you, is to take your emergency brake off. I don't know how many of you have ever been out driving a vehicle before, and you've wondered what's wrong with it, right? It's jerky, it doesn't turn right, it's going slow, it seems like something is broke, and then you look down and you have your emergency brake on. Anybody ever do that before? I have. You drive around and then once you pull the emergency brake off, you're amazed at how well your car drives. It drives smooth and it's amazing. You're like, I can't believe I was actually doing that. Well, I'm going to encourage you that as you go out and tackle the next big thing in your life, to take your emergency brakes off. There's little things in our lives, little insecurities, little things that we're unsure of, maybe something that's scary like moving across the country, taking a new position, that is your emergency brake that's holding you back. You still will move forward, but it might be tougher if you don't let it go. I'm going to encourage you that as you identify your gifts and talents that are unique to you and what you have to offer, to just let the insecurities go. Just let them be released and go forward and believe in who you are and what you have to offer, and that you have a unique gift to give and to contribute to the world. I had somebody tell me many, many years ago that if you don't know this, I'm a bit of an introvert. I love people and I love spending time with people, but to walk into a crowded room where there's a lot of people socializing and visiting, it's hard for me. I still have to go in there and try to find a few people that I can greet and meet and have conversations with. But somebody said to me years and years ago when I was a young mom, they said, you believed in Santa Claus for many years, at least believe in yourself for 5 minutes. I want you to leave here today recognizing that you can believe in yourself and what you have to accomplish. A great writer and a statesman once wrote that dream no small dreams, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. So go forward and dream big dreams, do big things, let your insecurities go, and offer your unique gift. The third thing that I wanted to tell you was to stop being in such a hurry. I remember getting out of school and running businesses, raising kids, and being in a hurry all the time. So much so that I missed opportunities to spend time with people. I missed opportunities to go to events and to be there for family events. And many times you're so busy getting that house purchased, getting that first big job that you want, that you forget that you don't have to be in such a hurry all the time, which ties into my number 4, and that is relationships. You will have people tell you throughout your life that it's incredibly important, the education that you have. Yes, your education is very important. Some people will try to define you by your job, by what you do. And yes, that's important. It's important that you get up every single day and have a purpose and live a life of significance. But I will tell you that the world still revolves on relationships. People will be successful based on the people that they know and the people that they spend time with. When people ask you to do things, say yes to them and go to them. You might meet somebody there that becomes your next mentor, becomes your next business partner, becomes somebody that's your next best friend. While education and jobs and all those other things are important to you, it is relationships that will help you be successful in life. The fifth thing that I'd like to say to you is to remember to say thank you. You have so many people in your life that have helped you be where you are today. So many people that have given you an opportunity to use the skill set that you have. So many people that sacrificed so that you could have an opportunity. Maybe even people that just encouraged you. As you go out and thank people, be happy. This world is desperate for people of joy and hope and people who spend time together, love each other, and recognize that we need to say thank you much, much more often. I'm so excited for all of you today. Thank you for letting me be here and share this special moment with all of you. Remember that somewhere God wants you to do good. Something He has that He wants you to do. And there is someone out there that He wants you to help. May God bless you. May God continue to bless the great state of South Dakota and the United States of America. Congratulations.
Well, I'll start with thank you, Secretary Noem, your number 5 points. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your ideas for encouragement for our graduates and words of inspiration as they go out into their careers. So thank you very much for your time as well, for being here today. Now, the heart of any university is the faculty. Dakota State University has an especially unique faculty, individuals, experts in their chosen disciplines, and they have a commitment to and expertise in their subject areas. And I should say the world of technology is moving very rapidly, so whether you're a professor of English or history or education or business or cybersecurity, the technology is still marching ahead very, very quickly, so they have to keep up with those developments in the area. But our faculty basically walk side by side with our students every day, often figuratively lifting their students up onto their shoulders so that they can see further ahead than others. Each spring, 4 faculty are nominated and selected by their peers for special recognition, and I'd ask that this year's recipients who are in attendance to stand as their names are called. First, the Ernest T. Garden Award for Excellence in Teaching goes to Dr. Andrew Behrens, Assistant Professor, College of Business and Information Systems. The Merrill Hunter Award for Excellence in Research goes to Dr. Mike Ham, Associate Professor, Beacon College of Computer and Cyber Sciences. The Dwayne Mork Award for Excellence in Service goes to Dr. Betsy Shamber, Assistant Professor, College of Education and Human Performance. And the Alexander Sandy Davidson Award for Excellence in Advising and Mentorship goes to Mr. Peter Britton, Assistant Professor in the College of Arts and Sciences. See, we don't have any here. We have so many graduates today, we don't have enough room for all our faculty. Is he there, Peter Britton? Peter, did you stand? Oh, you stand. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I went that way and then this way. Let's have a round of applause for all 4, including Dr. Peter Britton. It's important to acknowledge our faculty's contributions to today's graduates, and so I do ask that all our Dakota State University faculty stand so that we can acknowledge their contributions to today's graduates. So faculty, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for what you do every single day. Now, our commencement ceremony includes a member of the graduating class offering a few words on behalf of the graduates. The class of 2025 speaker is Tanya Williams. Tanya is earning her PhD in Information Systems with a concentration in cybersecurity and has maintained a 4.0 GPA in the program. During her time at DSU, she collaborated with other researchers through her involvement with DSU's Privacy Lab and represented the university at conferences and in journal publications. She's a first-generation college student, and she previously earned a Master of Science degree in cybersecurity from the University of Alabama in Huntsville, and has various education-related degrees, including an educational specialist degree from the University of North Alabama. She's heavily involved in the Centers of Academic Excellence community, as well as works closely with educators, industry professionals, and students across the nation to advance K-12 cybersecurity education. Tanya, please come forward.
Thank you, faculty, staff, students, friends, and family for sharing this opportunity to celebrate learning. Graduates, do you feel ready for what the future holds? Let me assure you that you are ready. You see, early in my career, I was taught that learning is a lasting change in behavior due to experience. And this learning has prepared us for the next step, so it'll put us on the pathway to success. Who here feels that you've learned something from your time at DSU? Yeah. So certainly we've all learned. We've learned formally through the work of faculty, research labs, and internships. We've learned informally through the study groups, conferences, and mentors. Today, I'd like to reflect on our readiness by thinking about what DSU has done to prepare us to reach our goals and aspirations. Let's focus on how we've changed and what we've experienced during our time at DSU that has set us up for success. First, DSU has changed us. Take a moment to think about how you were before you started your journey at DSU. How have you changed? We were all different before we started our DSU experience. We've grown our vocabularies and our skill sets. We've learned to speak and act as professionals within a professional community. We changed through trial and error by being challenged, sometimes even frustrated, and by learning through a productive struggle. We have confronted failure, and we have learned perseverance and grace when we have faced adversity. In addition to changing us, DSU has also provided us with some memorable experiences. It has given us friends through study groups, student organizations, and project team members. We've had a chance to band together, to research, to create, to innovate, and to achieve. It's given us mentors and advisors, faculty who've collaborated with us or reached out to us when we needed those few extra words of encouragement. It's given us a sense of community that has spanned across the whole nation, united us through emails and conferences and videos calls. It's given us this ending, allowing us to come together at this shared moment to transition together from DSU students to DSU alumni. Don't get me wrong, we have paid dearly for this learning. Obviously, we've sacrificed financially by paying for books, tuition, and fees. We've sacrificed time with family and in order to complete assignments and study. We've sacrificed opportunities, turning down other aspirations so that we could chase down this dream. Yet, at the end of the day, at the end of this day, May 10th, 2025, we lean forward into our futures well-equipped and ready, all because we have learned. Our time at DSU as students may be behind us, but we must take time to understand and appreciate how Dakota State University has had our backs through this whole learning experience. Congratulations. Let's put this new learning into practice and go forward with confidence into the future that awaits. We are ready.
Thank you, Tanya. Please know that you and your fellow graduates will always have a place at home here at DSU. Home is the starting place of love, hopes, and dreams. And the magical thing about home is that it actually feels good to leave, and it feels even better to come back. Home is where love resides, memories are created, friends always belong, and laughter never ends. So may DSU always feel like home to you and your fellow graduates. Dakota State University degrees are authorized by the South Dakota Board of Regents, and we're pleased to have Regent Miles Beacom with us today to officially confer degrees on our graduating students. Regent Beacom, the faculty of Dakota State University have determined that the candidates before you have completed or will complete all requirements for the degrees identified, and I'm pleased to concur with the recommendation of the faculty. So I present these candidates to the Board of Regents for the awarding of degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Griffiths. Well, it's truly an honor for me to be greeting you on behalf of the South Dakota Board of Regents. This is my first graduation ceremony as a regent, and I've been blessed to be part of this ceremony right here where I graduated from many years ago. The Board of Regents join your families and friends today in congratulating you and sharing in your pride and excitement of this great accomplishment. The board knows you worked very hard to attain this goal, and for this, you are to be commended. Please accept our most sincere wishes for an incredible future of personal and professional success. I ask as you go forward, realize that you can take on any challenge. Don't be afraid to raise your hand to help. You'll be surprised where it will take you. Never underestimate what you can accomplish. It's there for you to take. I also challenge you to stay in close contact with the friends that you've built here at Dakota State. I also challenge you to come back to this university in the future with friends and family. Some of my best friends today are friends that I met here while attending Dakota State. It is also an honor to be on this stage with two incredible women. President Griffiths has been such a superstar. She's a champion of change here at Dakota State. It's hard to believe what's been accomplished in the past 10 years under her leadership. The second, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. She too has been an incredible champion for Dakota State University. As governor, she was a constant supporter of pushing DSU to the next level in cybersecurity, in research, in quantum, business development, and other emerging technologies. When you look at what's happened at Dakota State over the past 10 years, they could not have happened without the support of these two individuals. I ask that you join me in giving an incredible applause and thank you to these two ladies. Change at universities, public universities, is very difficult, and you've seen incredible change over the past 10 years, and it's because of the leadership from these two individuals. Now what you're waiting for. Well, under the laws of the state of South Dakota, as a representative of the South Dakota Board of Regents, I hereby delegate to President Jose Marie Griffiths the authority to confer the various degrees at this commencement ceremony. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
I think this is the part that everyone has been waiting for. So I now call on several individuals to assist with the presentation of diplomas. Ms. Laura Cross and Ms. Abby Chowning, and student marshals Nuthana Barnoff, Prate Alam Odin, Grace Dushime, and Olamide Olasunde. A number of our remote online students and on-campus students are unable to attend this ceremony today and are joining us by livecast. As a result, we will read each of the graduates' names, even if they're not here in the field house. And we ask, and audience, I know it's very difficult, but we ask you hold your applause until all the names have been read, or otherwise we won't hear the next name in sequence. Please try and wait, and then we'll allow you to have this wonderful celebration all together when we've read all the names. Please bring the graduates forward to receive their diplomas.
Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy and Computer Science, please come forward? Riley Dwayne Fleckenstein. Sean Gregory Zwock. Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy and Cyber Defense, please come forward? Casey Kelvin Owagu. Prince Bodie. Bernard Afare Deware. Malik Atiba Gladden. Sean Andrew McElroy. Beulah McGee. Kanthi Narukonda. Matthew Ryan. Jordan A. Van Hoy. Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy and Cyber Operations, please come forward? Eli Turner Volkerson. Kinji Michael Harada. Chinier Kafi Marie Isaac Heslop. Gary Allen McCulley. Zishan Kazim Mirza. Jada Sean Nelson. Robert M. Riskin, Jr. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Doctor of Philosophy and Information Systems, please come forward? Ganga Prasad Bazyal. Stephen Larry Hendricks II. Richard M. Manparizo, Wilfred C. Mutale, Aravind Sekar, Stephen Blaine Searles, Tana Schatz Williams. Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Science, Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence, please come forward? Nicholas A. Ware. Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Science, Master of Science in Computer Science, please come forward? Isabel Elsie Baker. Sasha Benjamin Burgess. Rakesh Dandapati. Matthew Colin Elder. Ross Edward Evanson. Ian Michael Hargrove. Jackson Gregory Heiberger. Keith Michael Corman. Rock Paul Xavier Laferriere. Calman Langliel. Taylor Robert Marion. Joel A. Mioch. Samuel Aaron Myers. Bo Alexander Miller. Abigail Helen Annette Morganti. Richard Helder Moulton. David James Musilek. Khan Van Tan Nguyen. Ethan J. Price. Keith Swinson. Brett Carter Van Ort. Sumia Viriru. Will the candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Master of Science in Cyber Defense, please come forward? Jaden Robert Anderson. Aaron Armanac. John Anthony Brummels. Alan Michael James DeGroot. Alexander C. DeLagle. Daniel Joseph Hoon Eager. Corey James Goodspeed. Ethan Michael Hauff. Cade Christopher Jacobs. Kincaid Charles Noss. Sadie Ruth Palmquist. Dylan Arthur Park. Catherine Grace Petrie. Jacob Ross. Zane R. Snyder. Christopher Tu Tran. Joshua M. Van Beek. Hunter Rendon Wade. Colton Wilson. Mark Jaron Sadashi Yoneda. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Business Administration and General Management, please come forward? Nora Katarina Beacom. Ty Chad Christensen. Janetta Renee Furick. George Justice Forster. Maxwell Kearns Lurchin. Mansa Patel. Mandeep Patel. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science and Analytics, please come forward? Joshua John Leftel. Jacob Leister. Mary Chigozie Ogwo. Kevin Benjamin Osei Onama. Hunter James Potelin. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Masters of Science and Analytics and Applied Artificial Intelligence, please come forward? Brendan Brown. Isaac Gillette. Brock Jade Swanson. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Health Informatics and Information Management, please come forward? Srijana Ataria. Adam Wesley Dell, Dawn Michelle Crissa, Samantha Lynn Submaranian. Will the candidates from the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Information Systems, please come forward? And Keith Bodani. Sravya Chala. Pradipthi Imadisetti. Srivatsava Kalasetti. Srikar Reddy Kavalkontla. Akshay Kapala. Sandeep Lingam. Thomas Meena. Avinash Miriala. George Frank Morgan. Venkata Vishal Pulavarti. Rosita Rayamahaji. Canon Sankanarayanayan. Srijana Shrestha. Nagasai Anil Suguna. Rohit Banetti. Sumit Rama Krishna Thadakota. Harry Triparari. Natalia Rose Van Ormer. Venkatesh. Joshua Frederick Wright. Yu Xing Zhong. Will the candidates from the College of Education and Human Performance, Master of Science in Education and Educational Technology, please come forward? Taylor Keith Edwards. Rachel M. Fode. Kayla Haviland. Bradley Bowen Heineman. Samantha Jo Johnson. Savannah Marie Miller. Samantha Marie Miller. Savannah Esty Miller. Ian Nathaniel Ritzman.